What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing NBA play-in preview in a game between the Sacramento Kings and New Orleans Pelicans. And man, am I excited for this one? Not in the realms of wanting to see a team lose or anything like that, but that's sports. One team got to win, one team got to lose. But these two teams, young, hungry. I had the Sacramento Kings representing, or not representing, but going all the way to the Western Conference Finals in my early on season predictions. That could still happen, being as though they are in a game facing off against the Pelicans, who will be without Zion Williamson because he did suffer an injury in their last game versus the Los Angeles Lakers. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because the Kings, even though their defense isn't stellar, they still have more than enough talent, in my opinion, to be able to compete in this basketball game. You have guys like De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, who had an awesome shooting night in their last game. You look at Harrison Barnes. He's capable. He might be hit or miss sometimes, but he definitely showed up versus the Golden State Warriors. You look at guys coming off the bench like Davion Mitchell, even the emergence of guys like Keon Ellis. The Kings, without guys like Herter and Malik Monk, are still one of those teams that you cannot overlook if you are the New Orleans Pelicans. And for the Pelicans, being without Zion Williamson, who just dropped 40 in a game that your season is on the line. I didn't know what Willie Green was doing in that matchup versus the Lakers, honestly. Granted, they did manage to make a comeback late in the game with the group that was out there with Alvarado, Larry Nance Jr. and those guys, but for Brandon Ingram to not play down the stretch of that basketball game, I don't know what that means for what the Pelicans want to do going forward, because if they do end up winning this game versus the Kings and they face the Thunder, because this is the winner of this matchup goes on to play the Oklahoma City Thunder as the 8th seed. You need Brandon Ingram. You need his offense, his playmaking ability, just the way he can draw a double team. Same thing can be said about CJ McCollum, who did not have one of his better shooting nights versus the Lakers. This situation and scenario for the Pelicans is going to be very strange because you don't have a Zion. Now, you have been without Zion on a few occasions in big moments, in big games. But I feel like, when you look at it top to bottom and you look at guys like Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, they are defensively stout. Guys that can make shots also. You look at guys like Larry Nance. You look at, just how both teams play. You have a hard-nosed defensive team like the Pelicans and a team offensively who can put up a lot of points. I'm speaking on the Sacramento Kings standpoint. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing unfolds both ways because, you have Mike Brown on one end for the Kings and you have Willie Green on the end for the Pelicans. And in my opinion, I think both coaches coach well. I give Mike Brown the upper hand just because he's been in scenarios where he's coached in bigger games. He's coached in bigger games. Mike Brown has coached teams, having LeBron James, having Steph Curry, things like that. And when you look at this game in this magnitude, if you are the Kings and you see how your season ended last year, Game 7 versus the Warriors, you don't want to let this chance go by, even if you are an 8 seed. We see what happened with the Miami Heat last year and able to make it all the way to the NBA Finals from an 8 seed from the play-in last year. So you look at the standpoint from both squads, I think is going to be tough. You know, I think it's going to be tough. Young, I mean, these are young teams, dogs at that. You know, you can't overlook Brandon Ingram. He can easily give you 30, 35. You cannot look over CJ McCollum. He can easily give you 30, 35. You know, same thing can be said for, De'Aaron Fox. And we know Domantas Sabonis is a walking double-double, almost a triple-double nightly. So again, like I said, I think this game is going to be tough. If I was a betting man and I was to predict who I think would ultimately win this game, being as though the Pelicans do not have Zion Williamson, being as though the Kings do not have Herter or Malik Monk, I think the Kings ultimately win this basketball game. Now, that is barring any type of, non-shooting night from guys like Keegan Murray and Harrison Barnes. Because if those guys are not making shots, the Kings will have a tough road ahead of them. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Sacramento Kings fans, New Orleans Pelicans fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. Is Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.